Hi everyone, this is Eric Passington, and today we're going to be talking about, for our first show, the beginning and involvement of movie history and filmmaking, and of course, we're going to be highlighting the 1920s and 30s, Judy Garland. And we have a nice man here named Nick Derrick, and he's here with us today all the way from the greater Los Angeles area out in California. How are you doing today?
How are you?
Great. Well, today is a very, very special day, and it is Judy Garland's birthday. And that's very ironic because we're doing this on the day of her birth. And I would like you to a little bit about the beginning of film history and how that led up to Judy Garland's involvement in her first movies.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Judy Garland had a stage mom, and they started out in vaudeville, her mom and her husband, Ethel and Frank Gum, and they had several movie theaters, and they had tried their own act or routine for a while, and it didn't really go as far as they had planned, so they ended up investing in the movie theater. And little Judy came out and sang a few songs for the movie theater when they first started in Minnesota, and then eventually the mom had an idea to move out west, and as soon as she got out west, she decided to put Judy on, and actually all her daughters, pretty much put them out there for constant auditioning. And that's kind of how things started. Judy did a certain of vaudeville shows in the LA area for a long time during the Sky of Asians, and it was very, very slow getting started. Despite the immense talent that she had, you would think that right away she'd get somewhere, but it took a while. So,
Right. Very interesting.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Can you have anything else that you'd like to explain about that?
Well, Judy came out with a lot of people during that time that were trying to make good business, that were vaudevillians. And, basically, she stood out. Every time she performed, she was a little girl with a big voice.
Right.
And she carried the whole room, the whole audience, despite her little size, despite a lot of things. She really outshone everyone around her. She had a lot of fans. Not only just people that enjoyed hearing her, but people in the business that really wanted to promote her. And she did a lot of shows. One of the turning points was at the Able Theater, which is down the street from where I live. I live in Beverly Hills. And her mom, pretty much, they moved to Lancaster at first, which is a suburb, not even a suburb, it's its own town, about an hour and a half northeast of LA, kind of the desert. And their mom would drive them all the way here for auditions all the time. So they eventually settled in an area in town. A few areas are kind of like nomads, but they moved around, and Judy pretty much put them on the track, or Judy's mom put them on the track for a lot of auditions constantly. And later on, she tried the same thing with Liza, the little girl, and led to a lot of arguments, and then she kind of shut her mother out of Liza in her life.
Right.
So, the nature of the stage mom, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
That's really interesting. As for you, as you actually personally grew up, obviously watching many of her movies and, of course, researching her career and her life, what is something that has stood out to you the most?
I don't know myself. I'm totally different from. I'm not like a Judy scholar or anything. I've read a lot of books. I look at her as an artist, and sort of as a phenomenon. I really look at Judy as sort of, I don't know where she comes from. When you look at everyone else, the caliber of talent, the talent was good back then. Back then, people were doing 50 shows, 100 shows a month or so, and there was constant performance from live audiences, and they knew what the audience wanted because they were right there in front of them. Here in LA, people tape something, or they lose touch with the audience, but when you're doing vaudeville live shows, you know what works, what doesn't, pretty quick.
Right.
So that's why there were so many great performers back then. George Jessel and Jimmy Durante, Sophie Tucker, all sorts of great early performers. And I'm a performer myself. I'm a singer, dancer, and actor, and I always I look everywhere for inspiration all the time. And I just kind of fell upon Judy. I've always known the Wizard of Oz as I got older. But there's something really special about her that's far and above quality and everything, above everyone else. And so, a lot of people were very good, very, very talented back then, but she just really had something, I don't know, almost spiritual about her talent. Just beyond anything, really, not even now, that people do. I mean, she's able to lift people's spirits in a way, just with her voice, that nobody can really do anymore.
That's right.
And I think my theory on her is that she came at the right time. She was born at the right time. People needed someone like her during the Depression, during World War II, during those hard years. I think she helped a lot of people. And I think that her voice helped a lot of people, and her work helped a lot of people to get through the war and to get through the hard times. Because if you look at what was going on at the time, there's so many horrible, disgusting things in the Holocaust.
That's right.
And the Nazis, and so many evil things that, you know,
right.
People's spirits. I think that Judy would possibly have been that in some way.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I celebrate her. I mean, it's almost inexplicable, almost. You're amazed just to see her work. Just to see her sing. It's so effortless. You know, everything she does is effortless. It just kind of emanates from something.
Yeah.
Something mysterious.
Yeah.
So.
I know that obviously it is her birthday today, and you had mentioned that you actually are doing something very special, and you're actually making a birthday cake. So mention about that. I think everyone would appreciate hearing about that.
Making a Judy birthday cake. I usually have a little piece of cheesecake or something every year on her birthday. That's because she inspired me so much
yes.
to be the best that I can be. I myself have to train and train and train. I know how to train. I was given, you know, some talent by God, thank God. But I have to train a lot. But the reason why I train, take so many dance classes or take so many classes I do is because, for example, I just want to thank her for inspiring me to be the best I can be. And, you know, just to celebrate her life and just have a cake and you know that she's not forgotten, and that's about it.
That's a wonderful thing.
I forgot that last year, though.
Oh, no.
I thought about her last year. I grabbed it last year.
Oh, boy.
It's really busy.
Yes.
This year I thought I'd do it.
Well, that's great.
Good.
Good.
Sorry, Judy. Corey, how you are. But, make fun of you.
That's good.
Yeah. But, shooting that we're making one here in LA, though.
Good.
This is where she did a lot of her work. Maybe 80% of her work.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's very good.
But, the great thing about Judy is that she not only does stage work, but she also did movies. And we can watch those movies now. It's a record that lives on forever of who and what she did. I mean, that will never die. So long as there's celluloid, there's people around to preserve things. You know, that will always have that. And that's the great thing about film. And I'm so glad she made, what was it, like 38 films or 39 films?
I think so, something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But we have a permanent record for talent, plus our TV show, too.
Of course.
So, so I'm really excited to talk about some more movies in the future. And one thing I've seen a lot of stuff, documentaries about Judy. Every time you hear someone that was alive at that time talking about her, they'll say, bar none, the most talented person I've ever worked with, the best person I've worked with. You hear from Bing Crosby, from Gene Kelly, whom she helped discover. Fred Astaire came out of retirement to work with her. Ann Miller had once said that she had more talent in her finger than all of us at MGM put together. And she said it with conviction.
Wow.
And she meant it. And basically, people that were fellow artists, which I consider myself to be fellow artists, people like that saw the greatness in Judy. That's kind of what I see. I'm not a scholar like other people. I'm kind of an appreciator and a scholar. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. Yes. Wow. That's
I'm a fellow artist and I'm a scholar for life. And the only people that worked with her that didn't really see it were the executives. They just saw money, and that's the point they're coming from. They didn't know why people liked the show. I mean, I think it's anyone. They knew the show was good. And then it came up and felt so for to fill the pocketbooks and stuff. So.
Wow.
But fellow artists were all in awe, as I am, of Judy today. I mean, there was Mickey Rooney still can't get, still probably making a cake wherever he is now, Mickey Rooney. He actually wrote several several songs about her in her honor.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have, I believe a lot of those have been put in some of the films that he did, or some other ones, isn't that right?
I don't know. You probably know more about it than me.
Maybe not. I guess I know documentaries have mentioned, I think, vague comments about him or him being on a documentary or something, and I don't know what that was, but I think I vaguely remember something about that, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, she was a master, and I know that I read books, and that she feels good to me. I read that she works hard, she really rehearsed, she worked
Right,
hard
of
to be
course.
good, which makes me feel better because, you know, it wasn't all natural.
Yeah.
But there has to have been, I don't care what everyone says, there has to be something supernaturally talented about her that was above hard work, that, you know, which I watched her on a lot of times. And she can do everything. She can do everything. She can dance, she can sing, she can act, she can play drama. At her best, she did everything really well. There's a good movie for every part of her art. You know, I think, you know, these are great dancing, and everything else. And then, for me, my gal, I rarely seen a better actress than what she did for me. My gal in that scene, other than Gene Kelly. Comedic, you know, timing, countless films. One of them where she was like making a funny face in Easter Parade, which I think is my favorite Judy film, Easter Parade, for some reason. And then A Star Is Born, where she just brings it all together. She has sheer talent, and then just sings her head off in that film. So, it does everything really well.
Wow, that's great. I think people can tell already, and I hope that many people will realize this from the future shows that you have recorded a part of this website, that they will really know that you were very knowledgeable, that you were very, you're just very knowledgeable about Judy Garland and her life, and take it as she is, as wonderful as she was, and is an ongoing in people's hearts today, that you know what you're talking about, and you're not just a regular person off the street that says they know about Judy Garland. You actually know what you're talking about, and that's why I do appreciate your investment and the things that you can say about her. So.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time reading her books, and my mind just absorbs facts really easily. So, for a long time, I just watched her movies. I didn't really read anything about her. And then I started living in LA, meeting people that knew her, or had met her at one point. And they all, say the same thing, for the most part, that she loved to joke around, she loved to laugh.
Right, that's right.
She was a normal person. She was fairly simple. She liked to watch TV, she liked to laugh, liked to talk. She liked to drink occasionally. She wasn't an alcoholic in any means, in no way, shape, or form. She liked to drink, like everyone else.
Right. And
have a good time, and she was surprisingly normal from everyone that I talked to. She was normal. The only thing that was really supernatural about her was her talent, and everything else was as normal as could be. From the older folks that I've met out here that had dealings with her, had met her before.
Right.
But they had met her in the 60s. Because right now they're in their 50s and 60s. So I had met her in the 60s. And that was, I guess some people would say that was pretty fine. I don't think so. My period was different, too. Sure. I think every period that Judy had was different. There's a different thing, a different energy. I just think that her singing song in the 60s is different. Not better or worse, but her from the 40s and whatnot. So
right.
it's all great to me.
Yeah, absolutely, it is, and I can sense that, and I think that's great, and I do want to say that there are so many actors and actresses that are well known today, that I think so many people look after, but people forget to realize the importance of the older ones, the ones that are no longer with us, like Judy Garland, and to think about the investment that she made. Think about The Wizard of Oz, for example. There's been so much going on with that for years and years now because of that movie, and even still today it's even more popular, and continues to be, because next year will be the 70th anniversary of the film, and that's going to be a very big thing. So, of course, we're going to be hopefully doing some really good things with that, with the website and different things that will go on, but and I know people are going to look forward to that. But yeah, so that's just an example, and I think you already know that. But yeah, that's something that I think everyone all appreciate.
I mean, if anything, people know that the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
There was a lot to her, beyond that. That was an amazing example.
Yes.
Of course, and she displayed actually every talent imaginable in that film.
Right.
When she cries, saying goodbye to the crow, the scarecrow, and felt that she most of all. That was just a great scene.
It was.
And such a natural scene.
It was.
You feel the raw emotion. I guess that's what it is about Judy. You can feel everything that she's conveying.
Of course.
You can feel it. In her voice, you can feel the heartbreak, the joy, the sadness, the rapture, everything. You just feel it. Something just understand what she's singing. She could communicate with you, the audience, like nobody else could. Just like she just knows everything.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's right. It is the way I think she carries herself, the way she communicates with people on film, and the way she acts. Really, when you think about it, is what people realize, and of course, her appearance is a big part of that as well. But I mean, you're right. I agree definitely about that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just that she had talent. There's lots of people who have talent, opera singers, ballet dancers. You can't connect with them.
Right.
You cannot. I mean, they're perfect. They're like ice sculptures. They're beautiful. They're cold.
Right.
And they're distant. And they're too perfect.
Right.
Judy, you can just feel like she was your best friend. When she was in love on screen, you felt like you were in love. When she was sad and her heart was broken on screen, you felt like you were heartbroken. Something about her carries you with her character. You're carried through her whole story, and you live the story with her. And that's what a great actress is, a great singer. I think a great singer is also a great actress too. You can sing the song, you sing the words, and also feel the emotion behind the words. It's more than just hitting the right note. There's more to that. And Judy was a true master at hitting every note there was, not just the note itself, but the notes of emotion, the notes of depth, of clarity, of just the right whisper at the end of a word. Just a real master. I don't even think she thought about it. I think it just kind of came naturally.
I think so. I must have.
Just almost like this instinctive power. It's so unique to have that today. It's rare. And even on a TV show, you'll see her interaction with guests, and it's just like, she's best friends with them.
That's right. She acts very...
She appreciated talent, too. She wasn't just talented and distant about it. Anytime anyone around her displayed talent, she appreciated it. She gave it its due respect. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she really reveled in a good comedian or another good singer or another anything. And she was very, very sweet, very nice about it.
She was.
So, and then her all-American sort of, her humility itself. Her humility, people would say that she was the queen of MGM, the queen of MGM law, and that she wouldn't even know if you met her what the queen was.
Right, of course, they wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have known.
She wouldn't even know the definition of being a queen, the way she carried herself, or, other stars from the past, like Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, they knew they were queen, and they tried to rein the studio in with them. But, I don't know, Judy seemed like she was the victim of these sort of evil bosses and sorts of things, but I think she was a lot more, savvy than people give her credit for. I think she used her passive-aggressive behavior to benefit her. She would maybe pretend to be the victim. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, it's okay.
But, she knew how to, I think she knew how to do she wanted.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I do appreciate your investment. Obviously, the very first show that we have in, we could not dedicate it and put it together to no other better person, I believe, in the entertainment industry than Judy Garland. And I do thank you. And of course, as I say again, and we both say this day is her birthday, and because
the cake is almost done.
Yes, the cake is almost done. It'll be almost ready to eat it. Yes, happy birthday to Judy Garland, and we do appreciate your investment, Judy. We know that you are not here on Earth anymore. We know that at times there are people like you that are still listening from heaven, and know that there are people like us that want to live on the legacy of your life. with things like this to commemorate
And I think
your
Judy
life.
would appreciate that people are still
I think
looking
so.
at her work and being inspired by it, and their spirits being lifted by her work. I think she would be happy to know that.
I think so.
Because she worked hard, very, very, very hard to make all this she did. It wasn't an easy task, and but trust me, the more she put in, every bit of it was worth it.
That's
So
right. It was.
we're all reaping the benefits, forever.
That's right. That's right. Well, I appreciate your time, Nick Derrick, and thank you very much, and we'll look forward to having you back on for the other shows. And this is Aaron Passantine, and we thank everyone for listening.